This is a figure of ISC 2011. They had given question says in the circuit. This is a circuit given. Adjacent shown E1 and E2 are batteries having EMF of 4 volt and 3.5 volt respectively, and internal resistance 1 ohm and 2 ohm respectively. Using Kirchhoff's laws, calculate currents I1, I2 and I3. You have to calculate the current I1, I2 and I3, and all those currents are already shown in the diagram. It's already given here. You have to calculate the value of I1, I2 and I3. So how to find? So name is also given here in the figure. The name of the points are also given. So I'll just give the name here. P, Q, R, S. Already there in the figure given. So let us take the loop. First loop I take on positive. In case of cell, we will take this way. I think yesterday we had done that. So we will be taking like this. Right in the loop. In the loop P, Q, S, P. P, Q, S, P. Let us take it here. Current and resistance multiply 4I1. 4I1 plus here we have 10I3. Let us write first 10I3 and like this I1 multiplied by 1. So 1 I1 or just write I1 into 1. We can write here I1 into 1 equal to how much? What? 4. So write 4. This I3 value will be how much? I1 plus I2 will be equal to I3 because junction loop I2 and I1 currents towards the point. This is away. So right here. Next line 4I1 plus I1 is becoming 5I1. 10I3 value will write here I1 plus I2 equal to 4. Let us further simplify. 10I1 plus 5I1 is becoming 15I1 plus 10I2 is equal to 4. Mark this as equation number 1. I will take another network from the positive terminal like this. Then how much right here in the loop R Q S R Q S R closing it. Let us take it. This into this 3I2 out of 10I3 plus 10I3. Next I2 multiplied by 2 plus I2 into 2 is equal to how much? 3.5. Let us simplify. 10 I3 will write I1 plus I2. 3I2 plus 2I2 becoming 5I2 is equal to 3.5. Writing here 10I1 plus 10I2 plus 15I2 is equal to 3.5. This is equation number 2. Now we are solving the two equations simultaneously and finding the value of I1 and I2. How to find? Let us multiply this by common number like 10 3s are 30 and 15 2s are like this 3 and 2. 3 I multiplying here we get 45I1 plus 30I2 12. 2 into this. Sorry, I made a mistake. It should be 3 out here, it should be 2 over here. So, little correction please. 2 into 15 becoming 30I1 plus 20I2 is equal to 8. 3 tens are 30I1 plus 45I2. 3.5 into 3, 10.5. Let us subtract. This will go. Out here is 25I2 coming. Subtracting these we get 0.5, 2.5. Minus I will go. I2 value is coming 2.5 by 25. Answer is 0.1 exactly. Right, 0.1 ampere. I2 value I put in any one of the equations and find the value of I1. That is from equation 1. From equation 1, 15I1 plus 10I2. 10 into I2 value 0.1 equal to 4. Where we get 15I1 multiplying this we get 1 is equal to 4. So 15I1 equal to 4 minus 3. Therefore I1 value is coming 3 upon 15. 1 upon 5 dividing 0.2 ampere. So I1 value is 0.2 ampere, and I2 value is 0.1 ampere. And what is the I3? I3 is also asked, and therefore I3 is equal to I1 plus I2 we are writing. So that is 0.1 plus 0.2. The answer is 0.3 ampere. This IC 2011. This is a question of IC 2011. So this is the answer. By chance, if they ask you find the terminal voltage across 10 ohm, what would the answer? I3 into 10, and I3 value we are finding 0.3 into 10 multiplied, also will become 3 volt. Voltage across this will be equal to 3 volt. So 10 multiplied by I3 value, and I3 value is 0.3. So that means they can show that network diagram out there. So you will use Kirchhoff law using a network or the closed loop, and you will be able to find the answer. Okay, then Kirchhoff law I think understood. So now we are doing the next different topic that is also very important. You can give the heading. It is called Wheatstone Bridge. Wheatstone Bridge. Wheatstone Bridge. Wheatstone Bridge is the key topic. Topic of the day. Wheatstone Bridge. What is the meaning of bridge? Actually means circuit. In case of electricity, it means circuit. So we are having an electric circuit having four resistances. In the form of this kind of circuit. When four resistors are arranged in this manner, so this is P, this is Q, this is R, this is S, and we will be sending current. This electric circuit. Here is the voltage applied. Such a circuit is called Wheatstone Bridge. Such an electric circuit is called Wheatstone Bridge. In Wheatstone Bridge, we will have four resistances P, Q, R, S. These two are called adjacent arms. These two are also adjacent arms. These two are opposite arms. These two are opposite arms. And let us mark this point as A, here as B, here as C, here as D. These points. And between the adjacent arms will be connecting a galvanometer. There is a galvanometer here. Like this. There is a galvanometer. Or we can show the galvanometer here like this. This is galvanometer. This current through the galvanometer, I take Ig. I take Ig value 0. When the current in the galvanometer is 0, or when the galvanometer gives null deflection, null is 0. When the galvanometer gives 0 deflection, null deflection, we write it is when galvanometer gives null deflection, like Ig equal to 0, the bridge is said to be balanced. The bridge is said to be balanced. You have to write this. When the galvanometer gives null deflection, that is when Ig equal to 0, the bridge is called is said to be balanced, and we will be deriving the condition for Wheatstone bridge to be balanced. You can write the condition for balancing the bridge. Condition for the balanced Wheatstone bridge can be derived as follows. We'll be deriving the condition for Wheatstone bridge to be balanced. What is the meaning of balancing? The galvanometer has to give 0 deflection. 0. Let us obtain the condition. How we obtain? Just have a look at it. Suppose total current I is over here. So current is dividing here. The current is I1. Here I take the current as I2. This current will carry on like this I1, and here actually it tends to be dividing on here again these two parts. But here the current is 0. This current is 0. Then entirely I1 passes through this. I1 will entirely pass through this and will come out. I2 same way. Here it has tendency to be divided, but this is 0 out here. That's why I2 will carry on exactly entirely like this and pass through this and will turn like the total current again will become I. Then I is equal to I1 plus I2. Here also I1 plus I2 is making I, which will go back to the source. This is how we will divide the current out here in the different arms. Now I take the loop out here again. The Kirchhoff law I am using out here, right? In the loop, we can name it in the loop A B D A. In the loop A B D A. In the loop A B D A. Let's take. I apply Kirchhoff's law of the closed path. Here, what is the current and resistance? Current is I1 and this is resistance is P. I write I1 P. Carry on like this way. Actually, what I am supposed to Ig into G, but Ig value 0, so 0 into G answer will come 0. So I will not write that. If you go this way, the current direction is opposite to like this way. Current direction is opposite. That's why you write a minus sign. Right, minus 2R. There is no cell, no battery used out here. Right, equal to 0. There we will take that this one that cell. Right, I1P is equal to I2R. Mark this as equation 1. Similarly, I will take another loop. In the loop, another loop out here like this. The name of the loop is BCDB. Highlighting I1Q come this side. Minus sign goes to the opposite direction. Minus I2S. This is 0 into D. No need to consider this equal to 0. Again, in this part also there is no cell. This will go that side. Right? That is I1Q is equal to I2S, equation number 2. These two equations I will divide now. Right? Dividing equation 1 by equation 2. We are dividing this equation by this equation. Let us divide it. You get that is I1P upon I1Q out here that I2R upon I2S. I1 cancel, you get the answer that comes here. P by Q is equal to R by S. So this is the condition for bridge to be balanced. When the ratio of the arms like P by Q is equal to R by S, the bridge is said to be balanced. What is the meaning of balance with this to be? Between these two terminals, the current will not flow. That is, if there is a galvanometer will give 0 deflection. That means, see the current does not flow between the points B and D. That means the point B and D will be at the same potential. Potential is same, that's why potential difference is 0. That is, voltage is 0. Potential difference is 0. That's why no current. Because to get current, we must have voltage. There is no voltage, so there is no current. Potential is same, so voltage will be 0. The voltage means potential difference value will be 0. So Ig value 0 here. So this is the condition for bridge to be balanced. P by Q must be equal to R by S. P by Q equal to R by S gives the condition for bridge to be balanced, or for a balanced bridge to bridge we will have this condition. Hope you understood this one. So now, this is quite important. You have to write all these facts. Draw diagram will give you 1 mark, and there you must have Ig value 0. This is an important point. Second mark, this is 3 marks question. Second point will come on writing these two equations. Second mark, and the last one will give the third mark. 3 marks question is this one. Okay, now you can see, if they ask question like this, calculate the total resistance of the following circuit, and they are giving a circuit like this. This way they are showing a circuit. Out here is given 10 ohm, this is 20 ohm, this is 30 ohm, this is 60 ohm given. And they are asking, and out here is also given 10 ohm. Question is asking find the total resistance of this circuit. How to find the total resistance of this circuit? We'll check. This is the Wheatstone bridge with the 4 arms, 1, 2, 3, 4 arms are there. They will check the ratio, that this is like P, this is like Q, this is like R, this is like S. So we see P by Q is equal to R by S, there or not. 10 by 20 answer is coming 1 by 2. 30 by 60 here also is coming 1 by 2, the answer is 1 by 2. The ratios are equal. That means these 2 points will be at the same potential. That means current will not flow through this. When the current does not flow through this, that means this resistance is out of the circuit. This resistance we will not consider at all. Because this is a balanced Wheatstone bridge. How to know whether it is balanced or not? Ratio P by Q ratio and R by S ratio, if they are equal, then current will not flow through this. Then this resistance you will not consider a part of the circuit. This resistance is out. That is, these two will have same current flowing. That means these two are in series, and down one also they are in series, but there are two different branches here. That means these two are in parallel. So first I will find R1 value here. R1 value will come like this: 10 plus 20, 10 plus being series, so 30 ohm. R2 value down one is R2. R2 value I will find this plus this. Again series 30 plus 60. This is coming 90 ohm. Now R1 and R2, these two are two branches, right? R1 here, right? R2. These two branches are in parallel, so now I will be using the formula of parallel. Then 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. So that means 1 by R. R1 is 30, R2 is 90. Now we carry on with this and find answer. 90 is LCM, you get 3 plus 1, 4 by 90. Therefore R value will come 90 by 4, dividing it, you get 22.5 ohm. That is, when you have a Wheatstone bridge, you have to check the ratio. This by this is equal to this by this will happen. Then this part, the central part, resistance you don't have to consider. And this will be a balanced Wheatstone bridge. Then these two will be in series and these two will be in series. If they have given the name like this, A, B, C, D like this, these two arms resistance will be in series. We say that the resistance of the arms AB and DC will be in series, and the resistance of the arms AD and DC will be in series, and these two will be they will be in parallel with one another. Then this one we don't have to consider at all. Okay. Now same thing applies to capacitor circuit also. Same thing, balanced Wheatstone bridge we have with capacitors also. Like suppose we are showing that this capacitance is this way. Like this is the capacitance circuit is given, and here they are writing 4 microfarad. This is 8 microfarad. This is 8 microfarad, and this is 16 microfarad, and out here is 10 microfarad given. Question is asking find the equivalent capacitance of this circuit. Equivalent capacitance, total capacitance. This is also Wheatstone bridge but with capacitor circuit. We take the ratio again. This by this and this by this ratio. Are they equal or not? 4 by 8, 1 by 2, 8 by 16 also is coming 1 by 2. That means the ratios are same. That means this part will have no charges flowing. This will be out of the circuit. This part will not be considered a part of the circuit. That means these two will be in series and these two will also be in series. But in series the capacitance formula is different, so I will be writing like this. So this one's total value is C1 here, this is C2. I write first 1 by C1. Series formula is different. I write the formula 1 by 4 plus 1 by S. In series capacitance formula is 1 upon reciprocal formula here. You can take LCM and check how much is answer coming here. 8 is LCM, you get 2 plus 1. So it's coming 3 by 8. Therefore C1 value is coming 8 by 3 microfarad. This will become 2.67 microfarad. This is the value of C1. Similarly, C2 value will find. These two are again in series. We will be doing like this. 1 by C2 is equal to 1 by 8 plus 1 by 16. LCM. 1 by C2, here the LCM is 16. You get 2 plus 1. So 3 upon 16 here. Reciprocating this, C2 value will come 16 by 3. The answer will come 5.33 microfarad. They are in parallel, so therefore net capacitance will be equal to addition C1 plus C2. C1 value is 2.67 and this is 5.33. We will be adding them. Answer will come 8 volts. Sorry, 8 microfarad. Unit is micro because it's all about capacitor. 8 microfarad is answer. So this is how we will solve. Look at the circuit there and decide whether they are Bridgestone bridge or not, and whether the bridge is balanced or not. That we have to see. Then this by this will do, this by this will happen, and that will happen because up to IC level, no, that only will be happening. Some cases you will have these two ratios will not be the same. That is, some current will flow or some charges will flow in the center part. So that will be a little complicated case, and then that becomes quite lengthy. Three things will be unknown. I1 here also will be I2, I3. That becomes slightly lengthy. So that is not expected in IC standard. And it is mentioned in the syllabus. That type of question will not come. We will have the question only on the balanced Bridgestone bridge. Only with the balanced Bridgestone bridge. So you have to identify whether they have given balanced Bridgestone bridge or not. I mean, they will give Bridgestone bridge, but of course the balanced condition on here. That means you will be checking first whether it is balanced or not. How to check P by Q and R by S ratio must be equal. Sometimes they may give a question like this. The alternative way of this one is like this. Just have a look. They have given a circuit like this. Suppose it is given 10 ohm, it's also 10 ohm, 10 ohm, 10 ohm, it's also 10 ohm, like this is given. And they are asking find the total resistance of the circuit between the points A and B. Find the total resistance of the circuit between the points A and B. So how to do? This circuit is also Bridgestone the alternative form. How to check whether it is or not? So from here the current will be dividing into two parts here. This arms and this arm will be like P, this is like Q, this will be like R, this will be like S, like this, S. That means this is the center part. We'll check the ratio, whether the ratios are equal or not. 10 by 10, the answer is 1. And 10 by 10, answer is 1. That means they are equal. That is not, don't consider this is out of the circuit. No current will flow through this. That means this one and this one in series, and the down one also in series. So you can add first this current, resistance of this part is R1, resistance of this part is R2. We can add this R1 value 10 plus 10. We can add this 10 plus 10, so 20 ohm. And R2 value will add that is again 10 plus 10, so 20 ohm. Now they are in parallel, so I write formula 1 by R is equal to 1 by R1 plus 1 by R2. And now I will calculate the answer. 1 by 20 plus 1 by 20, 1 by R, LCM is 20, you get 1 plus 1, that is 2 by 20, therefore R value is coming 20 by 2, and the answer is 10 ohm. The answer will come 10 ohm here in this case. So this is also an alternative form of Bridgestone bridge. They will check this by this ratio, this by this ratio are equal, and in IC level they will give equal. When they give it equal, then this part we will have to consider. That means the current flow through this will be 0. This will be out of the circuit. They will calculate the answer with this. 1 year in IC they have given this question. This also is 1 year IC question before. Now I am giving the one which came some year back in IC, and the question was like this. I will just draw the figure first. one circuit is given like this, and they are asking you find the total resistance of the circuit between the point A and F. That was the question. Between the point A and F, you have to find the total resistance. So how to find? So here there is a slight confusion in the student's mind. They will think this way. They will again think this to be a Wheatstone bridge. They will calculate like this: 10 by 20, 1 by 2, 40 by 80 also is 1 by 2. They will think this is P, this is Q, this is R, this is A, this is the central part. Then the ratios are equal. That means this is the Wheatstone bridge, and the current out here will be 0. That means these two are in series. These two are also in series, and they are in parallel. So they will do that, but that is wrong. Okay, that is the wrong idea, because the wires are not joined up. The wires are not there only at all. If the wires are shown here like this way, shown not here, then you will have like this. Then you will have the Wheatstone bridge. That is this P by Q is equal to R by S. Then this part you don't have to consider if they are joined here. See, the wire is not here. Wire is not here. Then the calculation becomes simple. Between A and S, through A you have to enter the current, and through F you have to leave the current. Current will come out. You see what path does it follow in order to flow the current? It will go like this. If it goes like this, there is a gap. Can the current reach the point F? No. Which way the current can reach the point F? It will reach the point F only this way. I am sure only this way it will reach. It will go like this way, and this. Then only it will reach the point F. Therefore, we get it as therefore resistance between A and F equal to this. Simply the order is simple. Simply add them. 10 plus 100 plus 80. The answer will become 190 ohms. This answer. By the way, this question was carrying only 1 mark. This is simple addition only there. So the student, they were using what not they used out there, and they all got wrong answer. Quite many of them they got wrong answer. Very few of them got the correct answer like this. They were not thinking the joining part out there. So it's okay. I suppose this one is solved. Now another question. Just see, have a look at it. Calculate the reading of the ammeter. Calculate the reading of the ammeter. Calculate the reading of the ammeter in the following circuit. Calculate the reading of the ammeter in the following circuit, and they have given a circuit like this. I'll show. The circuit is given over here. You have to find the reading of the ammeter A. This is ammeter A. You have to find the reading of the ammeter A. Ammeter measures current. So you have to find the value of current here. To find current, voltage is known. Let us find the total resistance of the circuit first. How to find the total resistance of the circuit? Then we'll see first like this. First, at a time we'll see 4 things like 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is the central part. See, the ratios are same or not? 3 by 3 equal to 3 by 3. That is 1:1. Then this part we have no current. Then from here till here is series. From here till here is series. Then what is the total value? 6, and this is 3. 6 by 3. Here also we are having 6 by 3. The ratios are coming equal. Again, Wheatstone bridge, another Wheatstone bridge. Here the current will be 0. So not to consider this. Ultimately, you find all the 3 of them are in series. Downwards, all the 3 of them are in series. So I find the value now. Right, R1. R1 is the first part. On here, 3 plus 3 plus 3, all are in series. We write like this: 3 plus 3 plus 3, 9 ohm. And the down one R2 value again I write here 3 plus 3 plus 3, again 9 ohm. And they are in parallel. So write 1 by R is equal to 1 by 9 plus 1 by 9. Then it's 2 by 9. Therefore R value is coming 9 by 2, 4.5 ohms. Now I find current. Therefore I is equal to V by R. The current is 9, voltage is 9, and this is 4.5. Answer will come 2 ampere. This is answer. So this is also a kind of additional ratio. This by this equal to this by this. Not to consider this by this is equal to this by this. Or you can take from here to here total. This is 6 by 3. Again here also 6 by 3. Ratios are again coming equal. So not to consider this, and then find answer. That means these three are in series. These three are also in series. So this is the solution for this question. Okay. Today we will be doing this much. Tomorrow little more problem we will do, and the next day little more problem we will do, and we will be doing next type of, that is meter bridge is there, and then potential meter. Then the current electricity will be over. That is the last part of this chapter. Potential meter and the meter bridge is only left over here.